A popular saying goes like this: at the mouth of several witnesses, the truth will be confirmed. Oni of Ife said it. The Igbos were there. They lived there. Did you get that? They were there. They have their quarters. Obi of Onishanan said they traveled and came back to Onisha. They traveled and came back. They all sprang out from Igbo land. They went and came back. There's also the story of Ezechima. Being among the Bini chiefs, he's from Igbo land. Being among the Bini chiefs, when there was trouble, he returned. Now, join me and watch this story. I'll be right back to analyze it.
Archaeological discoveries have revealed that even before the arrival of Oduduwa, the legendary founder of Yoruba race, there were communities that had flourished. And many of these communities were Igbo communities. Igbo people are historically associated with massive movement from the Igbo homeland to neighboring areas. The destination of the Igbo people, or the destinations, have been northern Nigeria across River Benue. That's why I have Igbo communities in Kogi and in Benue State and some part of Plateau. Apart from movement to northern Nigeria across Benue, the major destination of early Igbo migrants were Bini land and Yoruba land. People talk more of Igbo migration to Benin. Most people don't know that that migration went beyond Benin to Yoruba land. We talk about how the Igbo were predominant in part of Yoruba land until, the legendary Queen Moremi delivered his people by trick and so on. Then on Benin proper, it's always said that those West Niger Igbo communities from between Benin and River Niger were Benin settlers or migrants from Benin. The truth is that early in their history, because of the fact that they didn't have enough land and they have rapid population growth in Igbo land, they could not move into the Atlantic to stay. And because central Nigeria had empires like Igala Kingdom that could, obstruct movement of Igbo into Ikala land, the only outlet for the Igbo people was Benin land. So majority of them moved there and settled there, became prominent. Some became chiefs, recognized by the Benin monarchy. But because of their audaciousness and the aggressive nature of the Igbo, ready to take advantage of situations, enterprising too, they ran into conflict with the ruling class. And so, over time, starting from the 16th century, they began to return to Igbo land. Not all of them crossed the River Niger back to their original source. Only Onitsha was founded by such returnees. Majority of the returnees established communities between Abudu and Asaba. These were not Bini people. So those who say that West Niger Igbo people were Bini people simply because they came from Bini, they don't have the full historical knowledge. They were founded by Bini settlers, Igbo settlers in Benin. They were returnees, what professional historians call reversed migrations. So that is it. Though when they settled in these communities, Oboloko, Iseluku, Iselenkpiti, Iselazaba, and the rest of them, Abo, more migrants came from Igbo land proper and joined them. Then people came from Igala to join the teeming population. So what I'm trying to say is that it is wrong to say that West Niger Igbo communities were Bini people or are Bini people. Some of them are Bini because when the Igbo were returning, it's not as if they did not return with Bini people. Some have Bini husbands and wives. So no community in West Niger Igbo is ethnologically or ethnically homogeneous, because every community is actually founded by the first set of arrivals and later swelled up by later waves of migrants. That has been the experience of West Niger Igbo area. So the Igbo people who are in West Niger Igbo land, claiming they are not, Igbo people, they don't know their history. And the Civil War has contributed to that. After the war, there was stigma attached to being an Igbo person. And there was persecution of the Igbo, which has continued. So people, because they want to be secure, to have security in Nigeria, they begin to drop the Igbo name, as has happened in Rivers State. They begin to claim that they're Bini or Igala, whereas they are Igbo people, right from creation. No, many of the towns and communities in Rivers State, they just remove the first name that makes it Igbo, so it sounds differently. If you are Wike and you remove N, you become Wike. For example, I'm not referring to the governor, but I can give you an example. All those communities in River State, like Inquere, like Andoni, they are all Igbo communities. Port Harcourt was established by Igbo people during the colonial.
Now I'm back to talk about the origins of Igbo people, and the Igbo people you see today in the areas called Delta Igbo, Onisha Olona, Onisha, Okwane, Iselukwu, Ubulukwu, whatsoever. These are Igbo people who, they went westward, and due to troubles, they returned. They are not Bini people. No, they are not. At least you saw this video. It aligns with several stories that have been told. Like I told you earlier, at the mouth of several witnesses, the truth will be confirmed. Go and ask Oni of Ife. The truth is there. Oni of Ife went further to say, the Igbos have been trading from time immemorial. And this guy said, he talked about some civilizations prior to the coming of Oduduwa. Oduduwa is said to be the progenitor of the Yoruba race. That is what we hear. Now, prior to the coming of Oduduwa, there has been civilizations. There have been movements. Some people occupied some of those areas. And they are known to Igbo based on archaeological evidences, discoveries, artifacts that were being checked. Archaeological evidence proves Igbos are the oldest. That it's possible some people who speak Yoruba today, many of them are actually Igbos, the ones who could not return. Some returned. Igbos were itinerary, right from time, itinerary people. Even till today, you see it in them. The most traveled race in Africa is in Igbo. They continue that thing, traveling. In those times, there was this war of expansion. They kept expanding. Some moved towards the north. You had him. These are things we know already. Some moved towards the north, entered Kogi, area you call Kogi today, Benue, Plateau. Then some moved towards the other part of the south, the western part. Some went towards Benin. Some even extended beyond Benin. They entered Yoruba land. It not be today. So what happened afterwards? He said it's a reverse immigration. They started returning again. Some made it back to the original base. Some could not make it. The journey continues. So the Igbos you see today that are called Delta Igbos are all Igbos. They are not from Benin. None of them are from Benin. There was problem. It's not just from the history given by this man. Several historical books has confirmed this. There's a Jima story. The Igwe of Obi of Onisha said they went to Yoruba and they came back. Oni told you they were there. And this story also draws from that Itu Noba war. There's also the story that told you Ezeshima was part of the chiefs. Some stories say he was the consultant for a kind of juju priest those times. But they had problem that he has to return with his people. And there's a Bini chief who ancestry was from Yoruba. But the Edeba also, you had his story too. Lao Yeze, they were given title based on. There was a time they gave the Igbo man who moved there was given title Lao Yeze. That he wasn't from Bini, they went towards Bini and they later returned. Can it be clearer than this? So there were conflicts that resulted to one thing or the other, resulted to them returning back. Some did not make it back to the original base. Some formed what you call Delta Igbo today. That, Igbo boundary extends to Ibanke. And there was also the problem of civil war. After the civil war, due to intimidation, fear of persecution, there were name changes, like what happened in Rivers State. There was a case of trying to change the names so that they will not be Igbo-like. And you also hear Ikwere people tell you, River State people tell you they came from Benin. No, it was after Igbo people have traveled, some returned to the original basis. That was what happened. It wasn't that they came from Benin, no. They went and returned. Obi of Yonisha keeps saying it. Some returned to their base, some continued. They took settlements between Benin and River Niger. So the Civil War was also part of the problem. After the Civil War, trying to have your place in Nigeria, trying to survive the situation in Nigeria, many of them changed names. That is why there was a time we showed you a video, Stella Damascus. Her family's surname was Ojukwu. Stella Damascus is from the area called Asaba. Her family's surname was Ojukwu. But after the war, they changed. You remember what happened? The Asaba massacre, this and that. A lot of things, trauma caused people to change. It happened in Ikwere and even among we Igbos in the southeast. Things like that happened. We have our sisters, our mothers who changed their names so that they could go into federal institutions. Because despite what Nigeria said, the persecution continued. So the war has its own effect on what happened to Igbo identity. So please, share this video widely. The truth is already out there. Forget about people who are twisting it. Igbo people left their land, and it is still happening today. They traveled north and south, westward. They traveled and returned. Some could not make it back to the original base. Some, between the place they went and their original base, they took settlements. Meanwhile, according to him, there were sprinkles, just sprinkles of maybe Bini people who were, due to marriage, one thing or the other, joined them too. This particular story supersedes and aligns with several stories that have been told. So forget the lies. And this is where we round up on this one. Thanks for watching. I am Azuka OJ. Bye-bye for now.